Welcome to a new adventure on the Film Rescue Show. This is going to be, you know what, gentlemen, drinks. Let's cheers to open this one. I think
Cheers.
The only way to do this. I went for a long walk today to figure out where to start.
You should have waited until I was done. Oh my god. I almost spit that out.
I was not sure how to start this one. This is an episode that is, in part, I think, punishment from our dear Mr. Fresco here, who's
yes, it
joined the
is.
He hates that.
Yeah,
he hates that I love the Fast and Furious movies. It makes him seethe, and so it's
Yep. If you love the
that,
Fast and Furious movies, you have to endure the crappy, shitty, underwhelming, watered down, watershed versions as well. And here's one of them.
And boy, howdy is it. However, the reason for the long walk, this might have charted for me for best bad good movie that I've seen in a long time. Like, this one might be on the yearly circuit of, oh man, let's finish a Fast and Furious watch with Torque, because it is so bad it's good again.
It just loops back around.
It's pretty bad. I love it so much. I
Oh,
love that movie
We're going to
so
get
much.
into it. We have another guest here as well, Mike, who's known for his bad movie hot takes. For instance, Gods of Egypt is on his
Greatest
charting
movies
list
of all
as
time,
well.
baby.
Baby. God damn it, guys. What the fuck? I want to attempt
You
to
don't
start.
even know how to start.
I want to attempt to start with the positives. I would like to try.
Okay.
I would like to try. There's a lot that I really love here. I'm curious who saw this first in the group, because I think it was Mike. And okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So-
me.
It was
When
it was Mike.
did you see this? Yeah, when did you see this?
I
Roman?
saw it in theaters.
Oh my
God damn
Fucking duh.
All right,
Duh.
Yeah.
Gross.
Cheers.
this is going to be a big whiskey episode.
Listen, I was
Okay,
coming
so you
off
saw this in
hot.
theaters.
Look,
I
this
was-
bottle's so close to being done. I want to finish it tonight. All right.
I was coming off hot from a year ago seeing Biker Boys. And so I was like, Torque, up my alley. So I went and saw that in theaters too. I was 2004. I was 16, 15, one of those ages. 17. I got the
Sounds
math
about
wrong.
right.
Yep, it was a great movie then, and then I watched it now, and I looked in the past at old Michael, and I said, man, that trauma really fucked you up, didn't it? And then came back to the present. Phew. Boy, what a fever dream.
What was the water like Jesse describes this as a watershed movie 100%, like Fast and Furious came out in 2001, so I could totally see that. What are you thinking walking into the theater to watch this movie?
Bro, I'm ready to see fast cars, fast bikes, and hot chicks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hot chicks ? I would say of the two series, Fast and Furious is much better at populating the screen.
How dare you? Goth Jamie Presley was attractive.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I won't deny it, and maybe that adds into our positives.
I would say there's just more in the Fast and Furious franchise. This one, there's only, 2, 3? So.
Yeah. So, why, Jesse? Why this? Why?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Okay, I just had to be sure. I had to be sure that was the reason. I had to make sure I cleared that up.
I don't get the Fast and Furious thing. I mean, I saw the first one back when I was like way young. And then I didn't watch any of them after that until we did the Hobbs and Shaw episode like 3 years ago. I think I've seen clips of the second one, and that's it. And I'm just like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
Not my thing. You know, but I do remember I remember I saw Torque. I think I rented it one time. And I don't know why. I don't know why
I own that thing on DVD Superbit, baby. I was looking for the DVD, couldn't find it, unfortunately.
Oh my
God.
God.
You had to pay money to go rent it?
I paid money. I did actually. Funny
I
story.
had to pay money to rent it here. I don't know what you're talking about.
I went on Prime and I was like, all right, $3. I'll rent this. And Prime said to me, no, my child, this is on us. And I
Damn.
went, it's like God told me I needed to watch Torque again. And I did.
So as not a fan of this, Jesse, first watch. 80 minutes later, 82 minutes later, the credits roll. What were you feeling?
I was like, wow, that was. It's not the worst thing ever. It has energy to it. I'll give it that.
Absolutely,
It is brisk. It is like the most brisk 80 minutes you will ever push your way through. It's really fast.
Is this or Crank more brisk? Because I thought it gave me Crank vibes a lot too.
I'm so happy you brought up
Yes.
Crank because literally in my notes, the last 2 minutes of this film or the last 2 minutes of the action of this film,
Yes,
felt so much like Crank.
Yeah.
Yes,
I knew
yeah.
Jesse was gonna at least like that.
yes, I like that. I like the fact that it's fast and it's frenetic.
Yeah.
I remember overall thinking it was like, it was fine when I watched it younger, and I just never watched it again, and I forgot all about it.
I
And when I was
mean,
putting
it's no Biker Boys. You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen Biker Boys. I have no intention of seeing Biker Boys.
Hey, Seth, can you add that to the schedule of Film Rescue? Biker
No,
Boys.
I'm the one that picks the movies that will not be on the list.
All right, but Jesse, the cast on Biker Boys.
Okay.
Lawrence Fishburne, Jaimon Hansu, Orlando Jones. Like, we've got some, like, big dick swingers in this one.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well,
It's
is it worth a
you know-
rescue or is it a two whatevers episode?
Yes.
Oh no, yeah, definitely a rescue. No,
It's
yeah,
worth
okay.
all of it. Rescue? How dare you? First off,
I'll figure out a place to put it then.
when's Sturgis? When's like Bike Week or some bullshit? We could do it then.
Jesus.
Bike Week is summer. Yeah, I would save that to next year. That's no problem.
Yeah, we'll save that till like the tail end of next season.
I'm in no rush to watch that movie again
Mm.
because I just recently watched it.
Do you
Oh my
only
God.
watch trash?
No, I watched Never Back Down a couple days ago, and that's not trash. How is
Does that answer your question, Jesse?
it? You're filled
Perfectly.
in now.
Clear as crystal. So, yeah.
So let's blow this puppy up real quick. Let's jump in here. I'm so curious if. So 80 minutes, that's my big positive walking in. Like to start the positives off.
Barely
like,
even
thank you.
feature length.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for not making this too hard to watch. I have watched it twice in the last week now, just to make sure.
Why?
Because I
love
wanted
it.
a good pitch. I genuinely wanted to show up with a good pitch.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the first time you watch it, you have to experience it. Like
It's
that.
like a
It is a
Pringle.
movie that washes over you.
Once you pop, you can't stop, baby. You gotta watch this movie 3, 4. I've got this movie for another 30 days, right? And I technically didn't finish it, so I'll be watching it a couple more times before this 30 days is over. You know what I'm saying? Gotta add to
Yep.
the number.
You only had to watch it once. I just wanted to punish you. I didn't want to sodomize you. Jesus Christ,
punish,
dude.
baby.
No, and like genuinely, if this had been a 2-hour movie, I would have gone one watch and just said, I will figure it out from here. Thanks, guys. 80 minutes, it was worth me diving back in because I had some genuine questions after my watch. But
I
let's
love
stay in
you.
the
I
positives.
love it when you do the description of the plots for movies. I'd love to hear you run through what the plot of this movie is.
Okay.
Let's hear this.
You want to plot it out before we go into positives?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The plot of this film is we follow biker Carrie Ford. And previous to the events of this film, he had robbed a very dangerous biker gang of some of their bikes, not knowing that they were full of drugs. Drugs that were meant for Ice Cube's character within the film. We start off by watching him outrace the Fast and Furious duo. Great way to start your film. Genuinely
Don't forget the
took me in a
sign.
direction.
Oh yeah, the
that
sign when it spins around, it says "Cars suck."
Yeah, I thought we were going this way, and we went this way.
Yep.
So we meet up with him and Ford and his two buddies as they are attempting to now right this 6-month-old wrong that Ford has been running away from. In order to do that, he needs to meet up with his ex-girlfriend, Shane, who I want to point out is the most successful biker woman I've ever seen. This woman owns no less than three flourishing businesses.
Yes.
Man.
That Ford shits in every single one of them.
Okay, now, in his defense, he shit on 2 of them, and then someone. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen this movie, which you should watch it. It's pretty great. The FBI agent blows up the fucking warehouse for no real reason needed, other than to kill the one character.
You're getting ahead of yourself, Mike. And again, they're only in that warehouse because of Ford's actions.
Yeah.
So, in an effort to fix things, Ford is going to go to try to make things right. However, a villain steps in to complicate things, trying to retrieve the drugs and bikes back from our hero, sending him into an escape.
And who is that villain?
The most terribly miscast, also from the Fast and Furious series. Matt Schultz is here.
Yep. Hi, Matt.
And let me tell you, this man was swinging for the fucking fences.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was ready to show up and party. He is playing one of the most vile, racist, Grand Theft Auto-ass characters I've ever seen committed to film. This is Trevor's, younger brother.
Yeah, it is.
Incarnate.
Yeah. What was that expansion for GTA 4, The Lost and the Damned? It's that biker
Exactly.
gang. It's basically just them.
Actually, I would argue this is closer to the Ballad of Gay
I
Tony
was
because
about to
this is
say
the
that,
most
too.
homoerotic film I've ever seen.
Oh,
in my
yeah.
life.
Man,
Yeah,
his one assistant,
Dude, that's a gimp. That man is a gimp, and you cannot tell me
He's
otherwise.
He's a gimp.
He's a gimp. But man, goth Jamie Presley.
Oh,
we get,
yeah.
Man,
we get into the middle of our film, which is Ford has been framed for a murder that happened at the first meetup. The murder was of Ice Cube's brother, Junior, and
that
that
have
is
been
how
the most racist character.
might be genuinely.
Oh my God.
So now we have the FBI who's investigating that murder as well as the gang violence, and 2 different gangs chasing Ford. That makes up the middle 30-minute chunk of our movie. Arguably the best shit in the movie. It is nonstop, just go action. It works like that. It's chases all throughout. To resolve the end of the film, eventually Ford and Ice Cube meet up and resolve their differences, allowing for a allyship that reveals the FBI has been in league with our methed out villain the whole time, resulting in a girl fight, shootout, explosion, high speed chase. That ends in an explosion.
High speed chase.
You also forgot the motorcycle combat that the girls had. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
No, I said girl fight. I did.
I had one note written down because I've totally forgot it. I had Mountain Dew versus Pepsi. Who wins?
God damn it! The product placement in this movie is almost fucking hilarious.
Yes,
It's almost like they
yes.
put it in there right center frame just to fuck with you. They knew there was product placement and they just said, fuck it.
I'm pretty sure the budget on this was $40 million, not because it cost that much to make the movie, but because that's how much they had in brand deals, and they were just swimming in cash the whole time trying to figure out how to spend it.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
NASCAR. Like they get it from branding. That's it.
Right.
There was a stock car in this too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's the basic plot. And this leads me
Basic.
into
Fuck
what
you.
would be a positive for the movie overall for me, which is this is almost a Bruckheimer film. Am I off base in feeling that we are this close to like a?
It's very close to a Michael Bay movie. So close.
No,
So
Jerry Bruckheimer.
close.
No, Jerry Bruckheimer. Definitely more Jerry with the weird shots. I got more of the Rock vibes than anything Michael Bay ever did.
But then on the other side, the flip
Well,
side
The
that
Rock
I wish
was Michael Bay.
The Rock was Jerry
Yeah.
Bruckheimer. Wasn't
Uh,
it?
He
there was both of them
directed
together.
The Rock.
Who did?
Michael
Michael
Bay directed The
Bruckheimer
Rock.
produced.
Oh, I don't care.
And he
anymore.
produced it. Oh my God.
Did he really? I don't pay
Yeah.
attention to good movies.
Jesus.
Anyways, my point here being the other half of this movie feels like a fucking Leslie Nielsen satire.
Yeah.
And
Remember when
that
the
is the
comedy came
movie,
out of nowhere?
genuinely, to spoil what is not my ultimate, like, pitch, but, like, my joke pitch is they should have leaned into that shit. Ice Cube pulling a map out while he's driving his motorcycle with no hands, causing cars to fly off the road around him. That is a bit. That is a comedy bit. That is not meant to be taken seriously. You can't convince me otherwise.
Well, they did it later again with the way Adam Scott was violently driving down the road.
Oh yeah.
If you don't like how I drive, hitchhike. Hits 100, immediately corkscrews into a crash. Almost kills Dane Cook.
Oh man, I wish he had killed Dane Cook. Oh god.
After Dane Cook got punched in the face by the bikers.
Okay, so it sound like we're enjoying ourselves. Jesse, what do you grab out of this as like genuinely good, worth keeping around shit? What needs to end up
punch
in our pitch
Dane
later?
Cook in the face? Thank God.
Hell yeah, that was cathartic, right?
It's
Yes,
2004. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Keep it
fuck
on.
him. I hate him. I don't think he's very funny, and he's also a disgusting groomer. Fuck him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What else do I keep? Hot Jamie Presley. I would
Hell
keep
yeah.
that. We're not getting rid of that. The jet bike chase. I would absolutely
yeah.
keep that.
Has to stay.
Has to stay. Although I would say
best use of speedster powers ever. You know what I'm saying, guys?
it turns into the Flash for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
There-
It's almost you got vibes of Speed Racer in there a little bit.
And let me tell you, that CGI somehow looked better than fucking Flash did. That's for fucking certain.
Oh
too.
well,
God, don't
Jesus
remind me.
Christ, how
You know what it
impressive is
reminded me
that?
of? Reminded me of that movie Lockout, the opening with the single wheel bike.
oh yeah.
It looks exactly the same.
Oh, I love that
So-
movie.
I have a note in here specifically about the fast scene. The camera is going so fast that it blows through a truck's doors.
Yes,
and like
great.
this
I love
made
that.
up
It goes through
CGI
multiple
camera.
cars.
It can't change directions fast enough, so it just blows through the cars.
I also loved that I was watching this movie and I'm sitting there and I'm going, well, he should be closer to the bike if he wants to be more streamlined. I'm like, what the fuck
No.
are you saying that for? Why'd you say?
He didn't have
'Cause
a
at one
helmet
point,
on.
if you look,
You
he's
tell
like
him-
this. He's like standing perfectly upright.
Yeah,
fucking
he's so
that.
stupid.
And I'm like, you should be down. You should be down more. Who taught
Well, also-
you how to ride this bike?
Well, also the bike that he's driving is supposed to be like the fastest bike on the planet. How is it that the villain's bike is somehow faster? Like this
Thank
isn't
you.
gonna be a chase.
Yeah, like at all.
I'm like,
Mike
it's a
just,
chase.
Mike just realized it. Oh shit, you're right.
No, I was watching. I was like, why is it taking him so long to catch up to that fucking bike that he just like called up to in 3 seconds?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, the,
I-
the end of this movie does not want you trying to logic at all. It really asks you to suspend that.
The whole movie, really. I mean,
Truly. Mike, you're a fan. What works
Yeah.
for you here? What is like absolutely must keep stuff
oh,
for the
man,
pitch?
what doesn't work for me? You know, all the racism is great. We should totally keep doing it.
So 2004 of them, they were so
God
brave to
damn
make a
it,
racist
dude.
character.
Yeah.
I
mean,
I was
Crank
impressed.
wouldn't be what it is without that, unfortunately.
I was impressed that there were only 3 jokes about Thailand being the same as China, but there were no jokes about a certain type of person that's in Thailand more. I was expecting more jokes about that, and we didn't get any. So,
God damn it, Mike.
2004 inclusivity going on with this movie. That all they did was mistake Thailand from China. Good on you, Dork.
You know Joseph Kahn is actually Asian. You know that, right?
Oh
Yeah.
no, that makes it even better.
I was going to set him up. Oh, I didn't even say the name of the movie in the intro. I guess you read it in the title.
Yes.
Hey guys, we're watching Biker Boys.
He's a music video director. That's like if you go to his
He-
page,
Yeah,
does
he's
music video.
mainly Eminem's music video director.
and
Oh, man.
that like that was the visual palette of that time. Like he's definitely pioneering something around here.
There was
like
some
this,
cool shit. Yeah,
and,
that
like,
was
there-
probably one of my positives too. Is the way he chose to shoot the movie. I really enjoyed the way he shot, like a lot of the different angles with
Yeah.
mirrors and shit. I thought that was fun. I was like, we're having a good time here. All right.
They do anything to put the budget on screen. Like when Ice Cube and Ford are talking to each other on the overpass, there's a shot of a helicopter that you just follow between the two guys.
It moves with the camera. I was like, oh yeah, look at that.
Money on
like that.
screen. Like they made it look big and lively. And there's a shot where they drop a knife and you see another biker and the reflection of the knife that's
that
about
shit.
to come up and clip another guy right at the beginning. Like it's trying to do very inventive stuff. Some of it is like cringy as fuck, I would say. Like even the knife drop thing is like, it happened so fast that it would have benefited from a little slow-mo to like get the idea across. But the idea is still cool. Like using the knife as a mirror to show other action. That's a cool concept. I wouldn't say no to that in a writer's room.
It made me feel like I was watching a movie that really wanted to be Mad Max. Like the ridiculousness of like the three of them drive by and that guy's like, no, I've got to fucking get them right now. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's the motivation that kind of kicks off all this bullshit is...
It feels a bit like The Road Warrior.
Yeah, I was like, this is... That's right, because The Road Warrior is a good movie, which means Torque is a good movie. Boom, got
it. It's the LA Road Warrior. All right, this in mind, I'm assuming everyone has seen the new trailer for Furiosa.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm going to give us a minute on the clock to talk about nothing but Furiosa.
Yes, it looks awesome. It's so good. Okay, so I really, really want to see this. God damn it! It's the must see of next year. God damn it!
I'm fucking busting at the seams, man. Like, cum is coming out of my ears to see this movie. I cannot wait for Furiosa. They made Chris Hemsworth a weird fucking dude in the desert. What a great idea. What a great concept. Have you seen the
I
trailer,
thought he
Mike?
was playing Young and Morton Joe. Apparently he's playing somebody else. I don't know.
Just some guy.
Yeah.
You know, this makes me think of a movie that I once loved back in the day called Waterworld. Waterworld was a great film, and in it, I wish that there was more weird... That movie sucked. Anyway, man, Furious was fucking great. I'm fucking so pumped for that fucking movie. Chris Hemsworth being just a weird dude. Fucking sign me up. Sign me up. I'm so fucking pumped for Furious.
Anya Taylor-Joy is going to be the next action hero. I'm calling it now. Cheers! There's a minute!
Give her everything. Give Chris Pratt nothing. That's our single minute on Furiosa. We'll put that on TikTok later.
I bet Dysart came immediately.
Oh God, right, dude.
Why are there so many people coming on Film Rescue? It
because of Godzilla got me pregnant. Furiosa is gonna have cum leaking out of my ears. I am just so
got to watch Torque twice.
Got to watch Torque twice.
Oh man. Exactly. Exploding everywhere.
Oh man, next year's gonna be a good year for film.
Yeah, this is a good year too, though. Man,
this is the year comic book movies finally died. It's over. It's over.
You know, Blue Beetle is a great movie, so fuck.
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh,
nobody saw it. Nobody cares.
They should have. That's the problem.
Thanks,
Marvel.
So another big positive that I have for Torque overall to segue us back to the film. I'm a big fan of the way that they kind of brought together this idea that these bikes are faster than cars. Like there's a reason to be using this mode of transportation specifically, and then they play it up in ways that are like unique enough. I actually grab some of this in my pitch later on, but specifically the palm tree chase. That is just Return of the Jedi, right? Like that felt.
Oh yeah, it's just Return of the Jedi.
So.
It's the indoor bike chase. Yeah,
exactly. That you can't do that with cars in the same way that it just looks better on a motorcycle, and that's the movie taking advantage of its premise and its setup in a way that, regardless if you went like satire comedy full on or like actually tried to do an action movie, that's the stuff that I want to keep. Like the set pieces. Hey, I just landed on a moving train. That is as high as the Fast and Furious movies should have gone. That was the ceiling.
Yeah,
landing on a moving train.
Didn't he like drive down a dam in one of them or something like that?
Oh yeah, in the most recent one.
Oh God!
Oh, Jesus. Spoilers! I haven't seen Fast 10 yet. Damn it! Now I
Fast
know they
10
drive down a
seatbelts
dam.
for the
that
Hoover
I
Dam sequence.
Probably could have fucking guessed they were gonna do.
right.
Just
Yeah, I like that the movie until you get to the very end where like they've really punched up this 200-mile-an-hour bike, and it genuinely turns into like acid rock for a minute.
Fucking
Everything before that is
oh,
like
it's great.
it's like an achievable stunt movie, and it feels like it's bursting at the seams to be better at what it is.
Yeah, it is.
If that makes sense, like it's almost
It's almost too ambitious.
yeah, like
I
their
could
reach
see
exceeded
that,
their
yeah.
grasp.
I could
Yeah,
see
it's
that
like-
being. I could see that being a thing for this movie because there is a lot where you're like, oh, that's actually pretty. That's a good idea,
Mm-hmm.
and it just and so you wonder if it's just mismanagement of budget because where the fuck did the 40 million go? Because I think there's a lot of budget.
They bought real
mismanagement.
meth for the movie. They just wanted
Yeah.
to go.
No, they had to license a half of Nickelback soundtrack to fill up
How
the music for the.
fucking dare you?
That's
they
a negative.
had
Okay,
a
the
sticker
soundtrack in
of
this
"Trapped"
movie,
on the wall.
the soundtrack in this movie, I gotta call out. Like, man, remember how in the last episode we said that what was our last film rescue? Was it Ocean's 12? How that
Yeah.
was. Case said that was the most 2000s movie ever. No, this is the most 2000s movie ever. This
What movie was
is-
that? I blacked out when you said Case because I was just thinking about how perfect he is.
This is like this is rock and roll 1015
Yeah.
Bob Rocks the movie. Like it is,
Yeah.
it is
It is.
aiming
It's
for
the
fucking
hits.
yeah, the
I
Americana
thought the
And
what
what
was more.
butt rock.
And while we're on that subject, fuck Nickelback. You suck.
Oh.
Continue.
I'm ready to switch into negatives. I know we're chomping at the bit. There's so many sequences
I
Once
in
could've-
this
again,
to make fun of.
Fuck Nickelback.
I could have kept talking positives for like.
Oh,
the
do you
next
have
20.
more? Please.
Yeah,
have,
go.
like-
Keep
I
going.
have like 85. Christina Milian's
Pick your
in
top
this
three.
movie. Oh, my top three. Fuck. William Lee is in this movie. He's the voice actor for Sleeping Dogs. You should play Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs is
two.
fucking excellent.
Goth Jamie Presley. I need him more movies. Thank you. Third, Mountain Dew versus Pepsi. We know who's the better one. Mountain Dew. Dane Cook getting punched in the face. There we go. There's four.
I already said that one.
I don't care. It needs to be said again.
Yeah, Dane Cook's a fucking piece of shit. If you haven't known, isn't his wife like 18, which
They're
means he was
not. They're not
40s?
married, but yeah, he dated like.
No, they're married now.
absurdly. Are they married now?
Yeah, she's like
Oh.
22 now. He's 55. She's 22. He then made a special where he talked about that, and it was even creepier than what you would have expected. Man, that
dude,
really
I bet.
sucks that I'm saying all this because one of my favorite movies used to be Employee of the Month. Yes, that's right. I like that movie.
If Dak Shepard had been the lead instead of Dane Cook, it'd be a
Shepard's
perfect
so
movie.
How dare you? This is an 85 Honda. Still one of my favorite fucking lines in any movie ever.
Dak Shepard will only ever be great in Idiocracy.
Employee
Go
of the
away, Baton.
No, he's great in Chips. I think he was fucking hilarious.
Oh,
in Chips.
shut up. Moving on.
How many
so-
bad movies can Michael say?
I will start off our negative section with
Again, I think you only watch trash.
what an accusation. I will start off our negative
I
section.
think I'm killing Mike.
I will start off our negative section. I know we're gonna get into jokes here, so I want to start off with like a genuine one.
Okay, go ahead.
Martin Henderson, the guy who plays Carrie Ford,
Yeah.
genuinely the only part of the cast that I would get rid of, and it should have been Adam
Yeah.
Scott as the lead instead. Had
Yeah.
Adam Scott been the lead, this would have turned into the comedy it needed to be, and
Yeah.
it probably would have turned into a cult classic. That's
I
my guess.
agree, mainly just because 2004 Adam Scott was in a very different place, and so I think because we're looking at it now with 2023 lenses, we see Adam Scott's comedic genius, and I think they still didn't know how fucking comedically talented he was in 2004.
That's
So-
true.
God, I was like, I saw his name and I'm like, oh yeah, he's like the douchebag fucking FBI agent. And
Well,
I'm
and this
Yeah.
is like a big
God.
punch up from his character on the
Yeah.
TV show he was on at that time, where he plays the food service guy.
Mhm.
Oh, Party Down.
Party Down. Yeah. Like
It's very
this
muted
is
in
like
Party Down.
if his Party Down character burned out and became an FBI agent.
I think it shows that.
Yeah,
'cause
that's a burnout. You go from being a
He's-
food service person down to a FBI agent. That's
No.
a downgrade.
No, I'm saying he
He's
became an
so-
FBI agent and then burned out while being an agent.
Oh,
think-
okay, gotcha.
I think the thing that should be talked about, as we mentioned the 2004 movie Torque, is Adam Scott can fucking do subtle, obvious. He is such a master that I don't think a lot of people give him the credit that he deserves. But watch us be like, fuck, dude, I want to cast you as the comic villain, just like a fucking funny ass chaotic villain. And I bet you got me pissed myself in the movie theater though. Like he's just got so much range as a comedian and as an actor.
Yeah.
Can't help but love him even from this movie. So there's a positive for you, Adam Scott.
I'd say Bill Hader also has the same talent. He's like a chameleon going from
Absolutely.
role to role. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to see more stuff like this out of Bill Hader. Like really put him in some wild roles. You know
Oh
what
God,
I mean?
make him a fucking psychopath villain. Fuck, make him unhinged. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
I
kind
can-
of what he was in Barry? I still haven't watched Barry.
He has unhinged
Oh, dude.
moments in Barry. It's so good, dude. Barry's gonna really solidify your argument you just said about Bill Hader.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, yep, I'm fucking completely right. Bill Hader could do whatever the fuck he wants.
Well, the thing that really kills me about Barry is every time you finish what you feel like is one of the best episodes, it gets to the end and it's one that he directed and one that he wrote. And so they just end up being these like incredible short films of like you could watch, I think it's episode 4 or 5. It's an episode where he breaks into somebody's house. You could watch just that episode and you have seen everything you need to know about Barry and what the show is and what it's capable of in 40 minutes. Like it is, they're coming for your throat every single episode, and it ends in 4 seasons. It is, to me, it is right next to Breaking Bad in terms of like best crime TV shows with like amazing acting that we've had in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the argument, because I've been watching The Wire, but that's, beginning of the 2000s.
Yeah.
And that thing is incredibly well acted. And then,
Yeah.
But you got to think that's the early 2000s, and then there's just like nothing until Breaking Bad. And then Breaking Bad ends, and there's nothing, and then Barry. And it's like, damn. Sometimes we get all the shit, like NCIS and all that other garbage that I don't think anyone should ever watch. And that's just so fucking bad. It just bores you to death. And then there are times where you get these shows that just transcend what true crime is, and you're just like, fuck.
I mean, we had The Sopranos. Unfortunately, the ending kind of undoes the whole series.
I think I saw what the director was going. I'm okay with that ending now.
Hey, Mike, take your favorite book, rip out the last 30 pages. That's the ending.
I mean, he was
Dude,
dead.
that
He's
fixes some
dead.
of my favorite books, actually.
I'm gonna say, I want you to know that my favorite book is The Count of Monte Cristo. So I'm just taking out the happy ending portion.
Oh my
of
God.
the movie.
Jesse, you've ruined the Count of Monte Cristo.
I'm taking out his happiness.
All of his absolution.
It's all gone.
Jesse, I have here 2 shotgun shells to hand you. Would you
Yep.
like to load the gun and unload for a second? I know this hurts you to watch. I know you wanted to hurt me, and I know this hurt you too.
It backfired, unfortunately. God damn it.
Hey, did you guys like the fact that one of the shotguns, when it fell on the ground, it broke? And you could see the obviously broken piece of the shotgun?
I did.
And then the guy kicked it away, and no one bothered to say, hey, the prop broke in that shot. We should probably reshoot it. And they just went, cut! Perfect shot. That's all they did the whole time. That fucking still makes me laugh. I love that shot.
I'm adding more whiskey.
Hell yeah, he is. I always catch those. Those are my favorite. That's why Gods of Egypt is a perfect movie, by the way. Because Gods of Egypt doesn't have any of this bullshit that these bad movies have, you know? It's just got a lot of white people.
Bro. Jesse's over here
Egypt.
chalking up his hands for a big heavy lift on what he's about to tear into Torque. Let's see it.
So
we
the
go.
plots, the plots. Oh,
plot?
so basically, Carrie Ford needs to basically turn in the bad guy, whatever the fuck his name is. Henry James.
Yep.
So he needs to make sure the FBI catches him. So he disappeared for 6 months, and then just in that 6 months didn't ever once call the FBI and say, "Hey, Henry's bikes are in this garage filled with his crystal meth. You can go grab them now." Never occurred to him at any point to just do that.
Listen, I don't know about you, Fresco, but when I'm stashing meth for my buddy, I'm not telling anybody about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, he wasn't.
I don't know if I'm
stole
going
it
to jail
knowing
for
there
Allegedly.
was he stole it not knowing there was meth in it.
But
'cause
he
the-
knew
no.
that the 6 months that he was gone.
Right.
No, he knew that there. No, he did know because when she's on the merry-go-round. Yes, I know this movie. Excuse me, torque expert here. Excuse me. When they're on the merry-go-round, he tells Shane the true story, which is that he was told to house these bikes. He got curious one night. He opened one up.
That's
he saw
right,
that
that's
there was
right.
meth in the gas can. He closed it up, hid the fucking bikes, and then ran away. That's what happened to him.
He didn't go to the cops at all.
He did. That's why there's so many times in this movie where I go, man, you know, this could have been solved with like a phone call or something. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like she was pissed at him because he didn't take her. And I'm like, dude, why didn't you just take her? I'm very confused why you didn't just take
I
her.
understand why he didn't take her. She runs 3 businesses in California. If she disappeared,
Listen,
that would be a bad
Listen,
thing.
You could start new businesses in Thailand.
Ah,
You
I'm
can do whatever
just
you
saying,
want
like,
in Thailand.
I agree with Jesse's point here.
Really bad.
Your plot should be based around what your main character wants. And our main character wants to not be found, but also to make things right. Like, he really wants his cake and eat it too. And it makes it
they're
really
in
unrelatable.
opposition to each other.
Yeah, my favorite part of this movie is that it's just a 6-month gap from when he left, because we all know the U.S. government forgets in 6 months. That's how it works. Like
Oh,
PTA.
yeah.
That's my favorite.
You can just
part of
enter
the
and leave the country if you're on the FBI's most wanted list.
He's
Why not?
good now, guys. He left the country for a few months. We're fine.
He came
Pick him
back to
off.
the border with Dom in Fast 4,
Well,
obviously.
yeah.
Is
We
that
know how
one
he
part?
got here.
I swear to God, if one part of your fix is to somehow shove this into the Fast and Furious franchise, and Dom
No,
is the
no,
one
no.
that rescues them,
No. I told
I
Seth
swear.
to put
Oh,
this
it
in the...
is, isn't it? You cocksucker!
No,
It's not.
in the
I
Biker Boys universe.
I promise
right.
it's not. Genuinely, I'm smiling because that was like page 1, note 1. How do I fit this into the Fast and Furious universe? Not only that,
Absolutely.
but I tried to fit it into my Tokyo Drift fix. I listened to that episode to try to fit it into my Tokyo Drift
Fix
replay.
what?
Oh, shit.
What are you fixing? Tokyo Drift's a perfect movie.
Tokyo
God.
Drift breaks the Fast and Furious timeline. I kept the
Perfect.
entire story, but made it make sense to the timeline. That's all I did.
Everybody uses flip phones, even though it's supposed to be like way in the future or something like that.
First off, maybe
No.
Fast and Tokyo Drift is the start of the Initial D universe that I want to start.
In my pitch, the reason they used flip phones was because the antiquated SMS was better for communicating the driver positions and keeping them off the grid. So like there was I made a reason for everything. But no, Jesse,
Okay.
I did not link it into the Fast and Furious universe. I promise.
Thank you.
Waste,
You're
that's a
actually going to get
waste.
to choose your own adventure on which pitch I go with at the end.
Oh,
True.
good.
He does have a couple pitches.
Oh, good. A treat.
Yeah. Yeah, Ford needs like a drive.
This is all whiskey at this point.
Yeah,
it's
it's because I was talking about Employee of the Month, wasn't it? Got you all excited.
it's a
No,
little
we're talking about Dane Cook, and I
You
want to
guys
punch
should-
him in the face
You guys
myself.
should watch that new Chips movie. It's pretty great, by the way. Anyway,
Oh,
back
God.
to Torque, another great movie.
It's frustrating that the name of this movie is Torque, which is the name of the force of something driving forward, and there's none of that for our main character in the plot.
Pretty much.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
like-
I will point that out. You're just not lined up here.
What is Carrie's arc?
Me do bad, me come back to fix bad, me make bad worse, me then make bad worse, me then make bad go away. The end.
But doesn't he destroy all of Shane's businesses the
No, he
entire
doesn't-
way through this
listen,
movie?
First off, You guys are missing the point that this douchebag don't give no fucks about anybody but himself.
Yeah, I wish that was more clear within the film because he
pretty-
does give a
pretty
shit about at least 3 people within the plot.
Yeah.
because they drive a lot of the plot forward. for
Listen,
him.
they're just cool, and that's why he keeps him around, and she's just hot. Okay, he's a biker. He don't care about none of this stuff. You know, he's cool guy, Mr. Cool Guy. Okay, Mr. Cool Guy don't cares about him.
I think doing
Sounds like
this
I'm having
like
a
kind
stroke.
of
They
Ryan-
were trying to make Martin Henderson a thing for the longest time.
Yes, Martin Henderson was one of those early
Yeah.
white boys. We got to make something.
He's
Wait,
cute,
he's
but
from
he
New
should play-
Zealand?
He should play
Yeah, he's a-
stoners. He's just cute enough to play stoners. That's what I would cast him as.
He's a great body double for Charlie Hunnam.
You're right.
Anyway,
Oh,
not-
yeah, he does
yeah.
like Charlie Hunnam.
Honestly,
I will
that-
say there's a good
Biker show?
biker show,
yeah.
Sons of
Sons of
Anarchy.
Anarchy.
there you go.
There's a crime show, Sons of Anarchy. There you go.
Sons of
My,
Anarchy.
Yeah.
my mother got me into that show.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, Sons of Anarchy. is
My
fucking
mom
good.
watched that show, and I was like, "This is really good. Wow."
It came out around when everyone was jerking off to Breaking Bad, and I was
Yeah.
over here like, man,
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah,
know
it
Sons
was.
of
They
Anarchy.
were like companion shows.
Yeah.
Sons
Yeah.
of Anarchy might at times be better than Breaking Bad. Like there are
I agree.
Sons
Straight
of
up.
Anarchy, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, this shit's great.
Dude, I have not watched any of the series, and I walked in on Lexi watching an episode. I had no idea what it was, but I was watching the screen, and these guys like
Yeah.
busting into some apartment, blowing the shit out of a bunch of other guys. Just blowing them
great.
away with their shotguns. And I was like, this is awesome. What is this? She goes, it's Sons of Anarchy. And I went,
Yeah.
oh, hell yeah. I didn't know that's what this show was.
If you haven't learned by now, FX makes banging programming.
Yep.
Banging.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't name you the last time I looked at a show that they made that was shit. Like we're talking
Dude.
The Bear, The Strain, Sons of
There's
Anarchy,
one show,
Archer. Don't
One show.
say it. Don't say it.
Bastard Executioner.
Son of a bitch. Yeah.
That the
Fucking-
one season show that was right after Sons of Anarchy. It was the same producer.
Oh, no. Sometimes they try to just keep the
Yeah,
same
that
workload.
was not good. That was very
Yeah.
not good.
Did they do Taboo? They did Taboo too, right? Oh, is that
Yeah,
two?
but that only made it one season.
No, it's 2 seasons. I thought.
Was it 2 seasons?
I don't remember. It was still really good.
I don't know. Anyways, it was Tom Hardy and Ridley Scott. Whatever.
Love it.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, dude, Taboo. I do remember that. I think I watched that.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Wait, Martin Henderson was in X? When? What?
Yeah. He's an X.
Oh, he's the porn director.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Again, he plays sleazy stoners really well. Like
See?
that.
Oh,
is
Oh,
his
yeah.
voice.
Okay, so
He
he's
can
got
play
a
a sleazeball.
thing. He's
Yeah.
not a bad actor. He's
I
not
would love
great,
to
but he's
have a
not
thing
bad.
as an actor. I would love to have, like, if you're telling me that I'm gonna guarantee get work because I'm this thing, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm fucking in.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, he was
So-
in Everest. Everest is pretty good. Yeah,
Everest is a terrible film. No one likes that.
It's got
movie.
its moments.
It does have that movie.
Battle in Seattle. That was okay. That actually has Charlie Hunnam in it.
Oh, so yeah, he's in Battle in Seattle. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
What was for everyone? What was your first thing that made you go, Charlie Hunnam is fucking incredible?
Pacific
Sons of
Rim.
Anarchy.
Oh, you fucking children!
Oh no, wait. Charlie Hunnam's not in Battle in Seattle. Oh, it is. There's Martin Henderson. Never mind. Yeah, they do look literally the same.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Come on.
Wow,
on,
they really
guys.
do look exactly the same.
Oh, I know.
None of
I
you
know what
guys-
Mike's gonna say. It's King Arthur.
No,
Oh.
no, that was after Sons of Anarchy. No, it's Green Street.
Ooh.
Elijah Wood. It's about the
Oh,
the
Green
fo-
Street
the football
Hooligans. Green Street Hooligans.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was his first thing after Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
game. Fucking it. That was when I was like, oh fuck.
That's it.
Charlie
That
Hunnam
was-
might be that name we gotta keep an eye on. He was fucking incredible in that. Like,
Yep.
go see Green
Yep.
Street Hooligans. You might find it called Green Street because they took out the hooligans part for some fucking reason like 10 years later, and I have no idea why. Great movie.
like they turned Australia into that
yeah,
On the Prairie show.
Oh yeah.
fucking thing. Yeah, but
Is
yeah,
it literally just Australia? Just cut into like 6 episodes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes.
I mean, I think there's like unseen footage added in. Like there's extra stuff that was cut, but yeah, it
And
is
it's not
it's the
that
Hateful Eight
great.
treatment. Quentin Tarantino was like, "Yeah, turn your long movies into series," and I'm going, "Yes, thank you, God, Jesus."
And I'm going, please don't do that because the Hateful Eight is fucking trash. Please.
You are
Oh,
just
see
incorrect.
again. You only
fucking
watch
happened.
trash.
Oh, really? Tell me. What about the Hateful Eight is great? All he had to do was walk in the bar and go, oh, these motherfuckers are here for her. Because he was smart enough to do that. Walk back outside, put a goddamn bullet in her head, movie over. I'm sorry. How is that better than Torque? When the fucking premise of your movie is, I made life difficult for me. They both did the same thing. They both did it.
This is the first time I'm going to encourage hate bombing on our TikTok clips. Please comment the vilest shit underneath of this video.
Incels, come to us.
No, don't do that. Don't do that to us.
No,
Don't put
I
that
don't want them.
evil
No, I
on
have
me, Ricky
sex.
Bobby. Oh my
No, I
God.
Zack
have sex.
Snyder's making a gay love story. I told you he was bisexual. I
Hell
told
yeah.
you.
I'm telling you, I think that Jesse has a sex doll that is Zack Snyder and feeds it hatefully
He
every
for
night.
sure-
No, it's just
I-
his face. It's just his face.
He for sure has
son
like a
of a
voodoo
bitch.
doll of some kind that he just like "Arrgh!" some nights.
Oh, fuck.
Swallow this, bitch.
Oh, it's just his face killed me.
Oh my God. All I need is his head. What a We are so off of Torque right now. I knew this was going to happen if we started drinking. I knew.
Just like the movie Torque and Hateful Eight, we make no goddamn sense. Oh,
Oh, boy.
Oh God.
Did
Oh Jesus.
shit.
Okay, so I have a question.
yeah.
yeah.
How the fuck did Adam Scott know how to find Carrie and his crew by just looking at a telephone that was off the hook?
I'll do you one better.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Here we go.
If Henry was already working with the FBI,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Why would they need Ford to show them where all the drugs are?
It's like I'm the only one who watched this movie. What the fuck is your problem? Okay, first off, he wasn't working with the FBI. Okay,
He's just working with Adam Scott.
He had an FBI agent in his pocket. Okay?
Okay.
You guys ever seen The Godfather? It's like that. Gosh.
Yeah.
What are we watching? Biker Boys?
I still think there's a smarter way. There's a smarter plan for the two of them to hatch
absolutely.
back in the
Yeah.
backgrounds for this setup. It's
There's
needlessly
a lot of times
complicated.
where I said, "Man, somebody smarter would have made this a kick-ass movie."
Well, and it's funny
So
because
much
like
dumb shit.
this plot doesn't work if you make it a kidnapping thing. Like the
Ah.
Shane is already as like
She's
two-dimensional
badass.
as you
It-
can get.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
and again, like I like to highlight that they accidentally
Hot
wrote
tough.
her really good by giving
Yeah.
her a bunch
Yeah.
of businesses and baking her.
And I like that actress as well. She's
Yeah.
still a working actress. She's
Yeah.
still acting.
She's my what if Torque would have actually done well, then maybe we wouldn't have had Amber Heard, who got good because of Never Back Down. Thanks, Never Back Down, for being fucking
Ooh.
successful. God, it's so
Ugh,
because she
God.
is so like she is totally written like shit, but the actress is such a fucking badass. That you're like, fuck, she's a fucking badass. And you're just like, oh shit, and she owns 3 fucking businesses? Damn, for somehow needing to be a character that was definitely written as hot chick on the side, she fucking is pretty badass in this
Yeah.
movie.
and
I
yeah.
want to jump into the parallel universe where Monet Mazur turns into Captain Marvel. I want that universe, please.
Oh.
You know, she
Fuck Brie Larson. Just give me Monet Mazur.
Wait, why don't we like Brie Larson now?
Oh, she's just a cunt.
So am I, and so are you, but we still...
Well, she just has this. She just has
Accurate.
this attitude in all of her interviews, dude. She even admits this.
I wouldn't want to talk to interviewers either.
She kind of
Fuckers.
reminds me from Katie from Letterkenny a little bit. Like if Katie was
Oh
super
yeah,
blonde,
yeah.
dude. And let me tell you, the Letterkenny crew could probably do some fun stuff with this topic matter.
Oh man,
I can see it.
Bonnie
What?
McMurray.
Right?
Watch Shoresy season 2 though, guys, because it's
Oh, I do need to watch that. I loved the first
Yeah, I-
season.
I dipped out of Letterkenny because it started to get really bad.
Shoresy.
I don't know if
Go
it
to
got
Shoresy.
bad. I think the premise is exactly the same as
It
The
ran its course. It
Well,
ran
yeah,
its course.
it's the same as The Office. The Office was good for 4 seasons, and then it was just doing the same things like The Simpsons.
Ow.
I think the same
Yeah.
thing of
Fucking
that
dare
show.
you. Fuck you. It was good for 5 seasons, asshole.
No, well, and I think all the seasons are good. I think they're more capable. Like that format is too simple for them now. And Shoresy shows off like what their multicam TV ability is, and it's good. Like it's
Fucking
excellent.
great.
Yeah.
You can keep repeat jokes. They just don't have to be the entire premise of your show. Letterkenny, I'm sorry, that is your whole pretty much bit, and it gets tiring fast. But Shoresy adds a depth to it that you're just like, fuck, I actually give a shit about fucking Shoresy.
And it's the fucking high-pitched voice guy from
fucking
Letterkenny. Like, how did they turn that around?
Fuck you, Shoresy. For
what?
For what?
For what? Every time. Anyway, back to Torque. I would love to recast this movie and put the guy from Letterkenny in it. So
I do have.
put Jared Cuso in everything though.
But I already put him back into my King of Monsters pitch. Jared Kiso's tapped out for the season.
I'll just be shoving him into everything.
Dude, he's the
put him
opposite
into
of the amalgam
everything.
human. We can keep bringing him up anytime we need.
Oh, okay.
I'll put his ass in every fucking movie I want.
Jared Kiso deserves the world. He deserves to do whatever he wants to do. Yeah, my only recast would honestly be Martin Henderson. He's I could find another thing for him to do in the movie, specifically the FBI agent. I think he would be better at.
Or the Gimp.
Or the Gimp.
Hard,
okay, that would
Gimp guy was fucking creepy and good.
Do we have any more depth charges to send at this thing, or are we ready to jump into the pitch?
I would have loved to have seen Jamie Presley have been the one to kill Junior.
Ooh.
I think
Yeah.
I that's what I wanted when he like sent her off. I was like, man, please let her be the. I was like, did she kill him? Because I was like, it would just show how badass her character was and how much she was willing to go. So I think like they accidentally made Shane a really great character, and they did that. It felt like by sacrificing depth for Jamie Presley's really creepy few words character, which I'm totally okay with, because when she did talk too much, that accent came out a little bit, and I was like, all right, you're taking me out of the goth.
Your name's
thing
China.
now.
Why do you talk like that?
Yeah, it kind of fucked me up, but just because she was still learning how to control that thing.
Sure.
And then My Name Is Earl came around. Got back into it. And I think that if they would have let her be the one that killed Junior, or just kept her depth, I think that was a problem I had, because man, she was so fucking badass, and I thought the Gimp guy was also way more interesting than generic white main villain guy. He just was kind of his character from Fast and Furious.
Yeah, with a mullet.
Yeah, that pissed me off. I didn't need him. I know why he was there, because of Fast and Furious, but like,
I mean, this film has the exact same producer as Neil Horitz, or with Neil Moritz, I think is what his name is.
It's a
Neil H. Moritz, same producer as Fast and Furious. So this is meant to be a watershed Fast and Furious film. So it's the same team.
It's working with a lot of the companies that they had made good relationships with across the first 2 Fast and Furious movies, and like I'm not opposed to that. And actually, genuinely, that's worked into my pitch too. I don't want to undersell. This is a good fucking pitch.
I kind of want this pitch now. I don't want to keep bashing this perfect movie. So.
Fresco, would you concede this is a good bad movie? Like, would you watch this drunk to make fun of it with your friends?
Yes, I would.
Gods of Egypt, man. That's why. This is why I like bad movies.
And plus, it's only 80 minutes. It's barely an investment.
Yeah,
it's quick. It's a quick 8. This is to kind of not derail. But I was talking to my wife about movies that you can feel their time, right? So in the past week, I have seen the new Hunger Games movie. I have seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and I have watched Torque. So that is an 80-minute movie, a 90-minute movie, and a 200-minute movie. Something. It's pretty long. And the one that felt the longest was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I felt that 90 minutes. But the other two, because they're just fucking, they go.
Yeah.
But that's the brand. I mean, action.
Yeah.
The other one's a straight buddy comedy, so it's meant to be a draw. Like, I mean, that movie kind of sets a precedent for a lot of buddy comedies to come. They're supposed to be draw and then pick up and then draw. So it's supposed to feel 90 minutes because you're supposed to be on the journey with them. But sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. This movie, because it is a bad movie, if it drew out, which I've seen I watch a lot of bad movies, guys.
Yeah.
The ones that are the bad ones are the ones that make you feel like a 90-minute movie is 3 hours.
Yeah.
When I have to pause your movie because you're that fucking bad and I have to take a break from you, that's a bad movie. I fucking sat down, Torque went on, Torque ended. I went, fuck, that movie fucking went.
Yeah.
That's a good bad movie. It's a good, a bad movie that is good is something that has its pace down. It's just everything else is just fucking weird in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awkward executions on top of good ideas. And honestly, I think you nailed it there, Mike, with the movie. The action aspect of the movie demands that speed.
Yep.
And I think they shed a lot of the comedy aspects that were probably the pitch walking into this project. I don't know, but I would venture to guess that this was pitched as a straight Fast and Furious satire, like Zucker style satire.
Oh, I agree.
And then,
Well, they even pull like lines from Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
What's that line? I live life for a quarter mile at a time. Like,
and then they call out how dumb it is right after.
Yeah,
Car sucks,
it's so
yeah.
dumb. Yeah, it's like I think-
It's so in there. Yeah, the tongue-in-cheek approach to making fun of Fast and Furious is written all over this movie. From the ridiculous plot that became Future Sight, it felt like, because this is a 2004 movie that we're looking at in 2023 eyes. We're like, holy fuck, this is Fast and Furious because of how fucking ridiculous Fast and Furious got.
Yeah, like
That
literally,
just
no, that is exactly the point. Michael, that is exactly the point. It has gotten to the point that the parody here is as heightened, probably less heightened, I would say, than the last 3 Fast movies.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Oh man, that makes Torque a better movie.
Does this deserve to be a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes?
No.
Yeah.
I'd say like 35. 35 is where I would land.
Yeah, as long as it's rotten, I'm happy, honestly.
Yeah,
But
it's definitely
Yeah.
rotten.
yeah.
But like when I look at movies that are like everyone kind of turns on, none of them are in the 20s. I could see people looking at this movie going, "Holy fuck, this movie like predicted fucking Fast and Furious, guys."
Yeah, it's
Like,
retroactively
fucking
aged not
hilarious.
as terribly as I thought it
Yeah.
would.
I was impressed with how little it aged in, like the jokes, with the racial jokes, they're gonna be there. It's early 2000s, but it did some fucking cool stuff that fucking shook the shit out of me, and I that's why I say 35. I think it's a solid 35. God, I could make a fucking career out of explaining why movies should be certain Rotten Tomatoes.
A better Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Let's
That actually puts it above Batman v Superman. Yes.
fair,
only
honestly.
Zack Snyder.
Of the two of these, I'd watch this twice.
Yeah, exactly.
But see, that's my problem with Snyder is he has no pacing. His
Yeah.
pacing is fucking
Dog shit.
terrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
So
this
you
movie
feel his
circles
movies.
around him.
Yeah. This movie I could watch 3 times before I could get through one sitting of BBS.
Yeah. Is it Rebel Moon supposed to be like 2.5 hours and yet he's doing like a 4-hour cut? He's like, I can't help myself. Yes, you can. It's called just take your ADD medicine.
Right.
and
because
just
of
relax.
because of you, Fresco, we all have to watch this movie. So this is actually your
Oh
fault.
no, Mike! I want you to know.
No, it was Seth's. Seth is the one that wanted this.
You wanted this.
You wanted it.
I root for Zack Snyder in the same way comic book fans root for Doctor Doom when he's a good guy. It's like, it's kind of fucking cool when he's a good guy, though, right? Right?
Yay! Oh,
The one
never
villain
mind.
we want to see in the MCU, and they still won't fucking do it, you pussies. Jesus Christ.
Well, I still just want them to do an Iron Man that's actually Iron Man and not a good guy.
Dude, A24's Iron Man that makes him a real alcoholic. That's the Iron Man we need now.
That's why I love that they cast Robert Downey Jr. because he would have been the perfect Tony Stark, which at times he was. He revolutionized that character in general because he was Milquetoast McGillicuddy before fucking he got his hands on them and they completely redesigned Tony for him.
Oh, yeah.
And then they got too scared to actually tell his story and let him be an asshole because he was so likable.
Yep. And honestly, it would have made his death that much more impactful. And imagine Endgame
dude,
with a
his
more honest
redemption.
Iron Man.
Imagine Civil War actually happened the way it should, and he actually was basically supporting a not Nazi approach to
Right.
rounding up mutants, branding them, and putting them in cages.
So
Because that's what he wanted.
to
So
not,
make him Elon Musk.
to
No, I
not
mean, Tony Stark is- Tony
MCUify
Stark's
this
the original
episode too
Elon
much.
Musk.
Let's steer away
Yeah.
from the MCU. Here's
Yeah.
my like off the cuff not off the cuff, but my shortened, condensed, make up your own version pitch is I would have given this movie to the Wayans brothers, and I would have recast
Oh.
Adam Scott into the lead role. And if you do those two touches, whatever that end result is the Torque movie that I want. It is a
When's Major
Zucker
Pain
style.
come out?
I wrote some of the jokes. I want you guys to hear how good some of these jokes were
Oh,
in these scenes.
Man.
There's a scene where during an escape, Ford tries to do the kiss move on Shane and ends up like almost causing a car accident. Imagine Leslie Nielsen causing a car accident trying to kiss somebody in the car. Imagine that for a second in your head. Now imagine the Wayans brothers doing that scene in the Fast and Furious style.
Okay.
It works.
Can I counter Wayans brothers as the directors, because in the early 2000s they weren't doing that as much. They were writing, but they weren't directing. Can I substitute for the director Nick Castle? This is the director of Hook and also Major Pain, so he's worked with the Wayans.
Yeah.
I think he
Wait,
would get
Hook?
that
What?
comedy.
No, that was Spielberg. What are you talking about?
No, Nick Castle was involved on Hook.
Oh,
I
okay.
checked. Yeah. I checked.
No, yeah,
checked.
as
he was
I-
involved on Hook.
Let me restate. I'm looking for a Zucker style infusion
God, I want
into the
Wayans.
movie. And I
Well,
think the
okay, which
Wayans are
Wayans?
like if they'd have cut their teeth on this, their career would have been
Oh,
probably 3 times as long.
Did you get around to watching Biker Boys? Because I would have just fucking put Orlando Jones in this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
too.
I
He
would.
would have slid
Not a terrible.
right into this so perfectly. He's so cool in Biker Boys, and you're like, and then at the end, it's revealed he's a fucking lawyer, and he's still fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, I just want to put this type of character in every movie. And I'm like, oh, I'll just cast Orlando Jones in every fucking movie because he's already just the coolest fucking dude. Do you remember fucking Drumline? He's the coolest nerd
Dude.
ever. Like, he's
Drumline
just
is
so cool.
about as early 2000s as I'm willing to let you go. That
Oh, damn
Yeah,
it!
stop there.
I was like, hold on, let me find that year because I was gonna talk about Major Pain.
rough.
which
Is that 99? Was
1995.
Drumline 99 or was that a post
Hold
Y2K?
on.
I forget.
It is a 2002 movie. Woo! All right, cool.
And like that's notwithstanding the Zucker style jokes that are already in the movie, like the girl fight
Yeah.
when they slap their tires against each other. The
Oh
Ice
yeah,
Cube,
the bikes they come up and they hit. Yeah, it's,
the Ice Cube.
is
map
that
thing.
is that the biker equivalent of scissoring?
Probably? I mean, why not?
Oh,
It-
Mountain Dew versus Mountain Dew and Pepsi make you a lesbian. Got it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
That's what that statement was about. Got it. Hold on.
I feel like
got
the
it.
bits are here and they just got drowned out. And had that
Yes.
been a more like tangible tone, it's perfect. I think genuinely just that swap up you would get probably the
Yes.
closest thing to what this is trying to be, if with those two switches. However,
Just the Mountain Dew versus Pepsi fucking fight.
Yeah.
You're like, this is meant to be laughed at.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I can look at this because I remember seeing that scene. I'm like, oh fucking yeah, I laughed my ass off because it's so fucking stupidly obvious that it's Pepsi and Mountain Dew.
right.
And it's completely disconnected from the main fight that's happening in the
That's
auto
amazing.
shop at that time.
100%.
Clearly, it's shot on a completely different day.
It's clearly meant to be funny, and you're. I'm so with you on that, dude. I need the Wayans in this too.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking
Oh,
hilarious
dude,
in this shit.
yeah. The Wayans could be in and throughout this entire thing. Like you really like you could do a lot
God.
with this, with that kind of
Just
attention.
put them in the movie. Just do whatever you guys want, because fuck, you guys are just crushed. I don't even need to write the lines. You guys could write them.
Yeah, and that's my point. I think you could write all the jokes in that you want. Like you could have a running gag between Shane and Ford that anytime they have like a couples conversation, it gets a little goofy and kind of like, you know, Leslie Nielsen, Steve Carell, Fourth Wally kind of weird.
They did use symbology with their conversations that they were always kind of on wheels.
yeah.
Or moving. And I was like, we're close to a joke here, right? Like that's like you're totally nailing because I'm like, there's a joke right here somewhere, right?
It's like it's
it
begging
fucks
you
me
to
up
make the
every
jokes
time.
almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my better pitch though. This is what I got for you
Okay.
guys. Let's take Torque to the Oscars.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yep.
Good luck.
Come on.
Yep. I'm in.
We know the
Yes.
formula to make an Oscar
Leonardo
movie.
DiCaprio.
I've got the layout for this. And it came to me rewatching an episode of The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh my god.
Perfect motivator
Oh,
for this movie.
man.
So let's assume mine is like a hypothetical fantasy version of this. I'm recasting Ford as Skylar Gisondo, the sun gemstone from The Righteous Gemstones,
Oh,
the
Jesus
stunt driver.
Christ.
Because here's the thing. The Oscars love movies about Hollywood. And this movie is set in Hollywood without ever taking advantage of that premise. It's in Englewood. It's up in the desert outside. They are all over that area, and they take no advantage of it. So here's the plot to the movie. And I'm shirking all of the Zucker stuff. So this is this is like a Ryan Gosling Drive like toned, like we're going that direction.
Can I make a 2004 replacement for Skylar Gisondo and be bold and cast Macaulay Culkin?
Hayden Christensen was my backup, and I feel like we're thinking along the same lines.
Another good one.
I go with that.
He was in that other heist movie that I liked a lot too.
Was it Takers?
Jumper?
Takers, yeah, I love Takers. Yeah, Jumpers is great too. I love
Takers
Jumper.
had a really cool heist at the end, didn't it? Like the armored truck heist.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the pitch. We follow Ford, now played by Skylar Gisondo, just for the sake of this pitch, as he arrives on set to his first day at his big stunt job. So he's got a precursor of like stunt experience. Like he knows the job, but this is his first time showing up in LA to do a big movie. And the movie is set around Fast and Furious stunts. It's about the team that's building them in the background, right?
Or you're going to put the Fast and Furious cast in the background and make it a movie about them making the movie, and he's the stunt driver for the movie.
He's doing Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. He's fucking doing Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
So Ford finds out that him and his stunt team. So I'm not changing any of the other characters. I want to keep as much of this 1-to-1 as I can. So Scott and his Scott Ford and his two pals form their like early little friendship triad as stunt guys. Shane is the badass female stunt worker who like fucks off on her own and doesn't care about the guys and just shows up and crushes her stunts and leaves. And we have biker gangs as like the background casting. They came to a biker gang and they were like, hey, we need extras, so we're gonna pay your guys to just hang out here on set for our movie. And these biker gangs have decided to try to run drugs through the background of the actual movie inside of the cars used in the first Fast and Furious movie. So anytime you're seeing a stunt in Fast and Furious, there is meth in the car for real being transported from and they're pulling it off mid-stunt. So the drugs get transported through the stunt, through police security and everything, because it's a movie. So they're getting their shit from place to place. So Henry Ford not Henry Ford. Henry. Dude.
Henry Ford.
Just generic white guy name inserted there.
So
Henry Ford.
Henry, the villain, is the guy running all of this. I've moved Adam Scott from being like an FBI agent that we don't know is connected. The only thing we know now is that he's connected. And he's like helping Henry run this and basically orchestrating it from within the FBI to give us like another layer of coverage for the events of the movie. So Ford is now trapped within an actual FBI drug distribution program run through real gang inside of a stunt movie where they're making the real Fast and Furious.
So that was your sort of way of getting these two franchises to merge.
I'm in.
I
How
wanted
much money you need?
the ability to like Like, just show Vin Diesel from the chest up, like the Superman cameo in Shazam. Like, I want those moments in this movie where it's like Vin Diesel wipes the screen and that's it. Like, they're not at all a part of the plot. They don't, like...
Well, Vin Diesel never shows up anyways, so
and
yeah, that works just fine.
Running joke in the movie, who's going to get Vin Diesel out of his trailer today?
He won't leave. He just won't leave.
That is my switch up. Changing nothing else. Leading up to the same finale where like Ford puts it together that the FBI is the one orchestrating this plan. Shane has been looped into this plan in my change. And so he's trying to get Shane out. That's the new drive. The new drive is I've fallen in love with this person that's in a bad situation that's asked me to help get her out. And she bit off more than she can chew because she runs 3 businesses on top of being a stunt driver. I've changed nothing about her character except make her cooler. So she's also a criminal like Ford and the backbone of the story because it's actually him kind of like attaching himself as a hero to her, only to find out that like this is way bigger than all of them and he's going to have to... And I'm keeping the finale... Exactly. Is it like the motorcycle chase out where it is like
the Speed Force bike chase?
Because my thought was, what if you made that an even better payoff by making all the previous stunts all like practical and real because we're seeing the behind the scenes of these stunts and now we're seeing the first like cinematic version of a stunt because he's doing it in real life and now it's all Hollywoodized and like I'd play it up even more. I'd have his eyeballs get big. Like I would really fuck with that finale and blow that up giant. That's my pitch.
I do like it. I like it a lot.
I don't know how you did it, but you fucking did it. God damn
yes!
it.
Torque happens in the background of a Fast and Furious movie as its own heist.
I fucking love that. That's so great.
Jesus.
Look at that. 10 minutes, 2 pitches, and they said I couldn't do it, but you know what? That's what makes me the pitchmaster general.
God damn it!
Cheers, boys!
Cheers!
That's why Torque is the best movie of all time.
Son of a bitch.
I love making fresco.
Once a season, you get one of me out of those per season, Jesse. if you fucking challenge me, I will show the fuck up.
That's a good one.
I'm trying to find one that'll stump you good.
Oh boy, that was so fun.
I've got one.
Like genuinely, I would watch the fuck. I'm imagining like the visual palette's a little more toned down to like a kind of drive visual element. Like that's how I like genuinely. If I was gonna do the movie, I would try to really
not so much music video stuff.
Yeah, like pump the neon, dude. You're in L.A. Pump the fucking like city streets. Pump the like you're in California. Play all that shit up. So like the many changes within the film. Like I'm keeping the whole Endor palm tree sequence. It's just now a stunt instead of it being them actually being chased through that location. They're just filming a stunt in that location that day. So all the set pieces stay essentially the same. They're just now being experienced as stunts that we're witnessing.
Yeah. You could also have somebody like maybe get hurt in one of the stunts, and it like is a really cinematic like holy shit moment. Like, oh dude, wow, what the fuck? Did that guy's arm just get cut off? Holy shit!
And then
because it happens.
Yeah,
it happens in movies.
Okay,
like,
so
stunts go bad.
Yeah, like a real accident on set. Yeah. Oh man, that could be the thing that shakes Shane into being like, oh, actually, I want out of this. This is like. What if it's because of the drugs inside one of the vehicles that it causes an issue and they have to clean it up real quick and that like then she's like, oh my god,
there's
this is
a weight
kill
distribution
people.
Problem or something.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah, or maybe the director is not skilled enough and not taking the proper precautions for the film.
Are you saying Lon Jandis is the director?
How dare you say that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't
know what you're talking about.
Oh man, I know what you mean.
Yeah. No, I'm so down for that. Yeah, make it a dark reflection on like on like LA's stunt life and how harsh it can be on people. Make the money really meaningful, like really life-changing to a stunt person to be able to be like, oh my God, I could like get the insurance that I need, and that would allow me to take better jobs. Like that would allow me to expand out. Like there's real shit happening in the background here, I think worth exploring. And if you bring that to the forefront instead of like a satire comedy, you can make Fast and Furious a serious fucking setting. I think it's a goofy movie. 100%, I agree. That's why I love them. But if you make the goofiness kind of the background and make all of that like the heightened nature of that kind of second to these guys, where like they're hanging out and having beers in between takes. You know what I mean? Like they're sneaking.
This is just Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, but like
minus the cult stuff.
And again, like I pointed out, L.A. Worship makes an Oscar movie.
Where do we put Harvey Fierstein in?
Oh my God! Why would you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, that's the director. That's the director. That's the only thing.
Yes. Harvey Fierstein would be.
Oh my God, these guys are gonna be the death of me unless they want to be the death of God.
I don't know if you know this, but you don't look gorgeous enough for this scene. So I'm gonna put your body double in, okay? Don't let it offend you. It's just the lighting isn't working for you. Love that guy so much. Fuck yes! Put him in the movie! God!
How the fuck did you do this, Seth? You pulled out one of the best pitches of the season with this piece of shit.
Listen, that was tough, man. Like I think I went back to the drawing board twice across the process to be like, nah, that's not it. This just isn't good enough. And then I text Mike and I was like, do you think you guys would go for it if I pitch something Oscar baity? Because we haven't done that in a long time. And he was like, no, yeah, I think we could do Oscar. Because I didn't tell him what it was. Like, Mike had no idea. We've also lost Mike now. This might be the end of the podcast. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, as long as he keeps recording his audio, I don't care.
Right. We were about at the end anyway. If we get him back, we can finish up.
Yeah. Tell him to get back. I can cut this out.
We're at 1:16.
Yeah, let's keep recording. Don't you stop recording.
I'm still going. Oh, he's back. He's back.
Hey, there he is.
Holy crap, my internet crapped out for a second.
No,
You're still recording though, right?
Oh yeah, Audacity's offline. I can always record.
Hell yeah. Let's bring in for a landing.
All right. Yeah, I don't know how you did it, man.
Listen, we one per season, and that's all I'll give you. And this took it out of me. Having to go back to the drawing board. It was worth it though. I'm stoked to have something to go along with this movie. And if we wrap it up in the next 3 minutes, we won't be as long as the movie either, which is a double.
Oh shit, we gotta wrap up now.
Shit, get it done.
Mike, you are streaming regularly on Twitch. Please let people know where they can check that out. Selfishly, because I'm also streaming there with you.
Oh, yeah, you can go to fucking twitch.tv/optimal debauchery, and you can come watch Seth play, or
you can just come.
The love of my life, Lexi, you can come watch her play, or you can come watch me play on Saturdays. Don't come watch me play. Don't do it. But yeah, twitch.tv/optimal debauchery. Come hang out with me or someone else. I'm lonely. Love you. Bye.
A voicemail makes me want to call my therapist. Jesse, thank you for being here. You just swinged in from a con to get here. What are you doing online lately?
I don't know. What am I doing? I'm putting together the TikToks for our TikTok page. We've got ones just went up for Godzilla King of the Monsters. We have more for, was it Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? That's a good movie, Mike. That's a good one, Mike. Shut the fuck up. It's a good movie.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. But yeah, mainly I'm putting together the TikToks, and we do 3 little videos per episode.
Hell yeah. So. And we also have a YouTube channel you can check out. If you're listening, please check out Jaguar Sharks on YouTube. Even if you're going to keep listening, just hit the subscribe over there for us. It would be appreciated. But you can also watch the episodes there and our pretty faces online. I think that's going to do it for the Torque episode.
Yeah, we have one more film rescue episode for the season.
What's the last film rescue episode?
Legion.
Oh, I love Legion.
Oh boy, can't wait, man. That's gonna be.
It's that movie where Paul Bettany plays like was it Michael the Archangel?
Did you guys watch that sequel TV show? It's pretty good too.
I heard
What
that
was
was
it
good.
called?
Like I heard it was decent.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What was it called?
Oh,
Da-
fuck, you
Dominion?
asked me too quick.
Dominion. That's it.
Dominion,
Dominion. Yeah, it was like 2
Really good.
seasons.
Yeah, it's
Jesse,
pretty good.
I don't know if you realize yet or not if you've done your watch yet, but there's more Fast and Furious to be had this season because we get the Tokyo Drift kid himself in Legion.
Oh shit! Fuck! God damn it.
You guys got a little Bow Wow on the show?
Damn.
No, the other guy, Pepperoni Nips from Tokyo Drift, is in Legion.
Talking about Josh Black is in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's my promise. I will talk about Fast and Furious even more.
Great.
Hell yeah.
I think that's going to do it for this
And that
one.
puts us at the length of the movie.
Yes, it does. And let's wrap up before we go over Torque's limit. This has been the Torque episode. Thank you, Mike, for being here. Thank you, Jesse, for being here. Thank you, audience, for being here. And good night.
Good night.
I love this movie.
Me too.